Hello. Hello, this is a review of the Dean Edge 09 bass. There aren't very many good reviews of this bass on the internet. Unfortunately, this one isn't going to be 100% accurate because I've had some modifications done to this bass. Now, for those of you who don't know what the Edge 09 bass is, it's Dean's entry-level student model. The bass is sold as the Playmate bass in certain packages with an amp and the strap and the gig bag, all that kind of stuff. This is not that version. This is the one that is sold separately. And I bought this bass as my first bass when I was learning to play. And over the years, I've liked the neck, I like the way it plays, and it's become my favorite instrument. Unfortunately, I kind of outgrew the way it sounds, so I had some mods done to it. I will have a full list of the mods that I had done to it in the description of the video. Really, all I want to worry about today, talking to you, is about this knob. This used to be the tone knob. I have in it the Fender TBX Circuit, similar to what they have on the Duff McKagan bass and what they have on the Eric Clapton Stratocaster. And what it does, it basically changes kind of the way that the tone sounds. It's kind of like a boost cut kind of thing, and you'll hear it when we do it. For anyone who's going to be buying like the stock Dean Edge 9, this is kind of helpful because the tone's still there. It's just there's not as much sustain. I also had the bridge changed and the circuit kind of opens it up. So basically, to start off this review, I'm going to set the TBX in the middle section, the middle position, because that's the way that it basically, like if you were going to buy this bass stock, that's about as close as you're going to get to stock. Is the TBX in the middle section. Today I'm running the bass through the Zoom B1 bass pedal directly into a Marshall MB 30 amp. Yes, it is 30. Where I play elsewhere, we have basically the higher wattage one. I wanted to make sure I got the number right. So I can play with my fingers. But I'm going to be playing with a pick today because I prefer playing with the pick. So, if you were to buy this bass stock, it would sound similar to this. It sounds a little bit better than it did stock because, again, I said I had the bridge changed to a high mast bridge. The original bridge on this bass is pot metal, you know, the cheap kind of vintage Fender kind of thing. Not my favorite sound. So I had that changed, and I think it sounds better, but it sounds similar to this stock. Very bassy. Also tuned down to BEAD because I'm in some of the music projects that I'm currently doing. I need a 5-string kind of thing, and I don't have a 5-string. I don't own one, so I have this down to BEAD. That's what it sounds stock. Now we'll start by tuning, like moving down, turning it to where what you would consider to be like the bass cut versus the treble boost. So this is like the bass boost or like treble cut. The lowest thing. The TBX is notched. The middle position, it's notched. It's kind of like on a Stingray or an active preamp where like you have the middle and then it's cut or boost. So this would be either the treble cut or the bass boost kind of thing. So it's like really like throaty, like. And then, you know, with your fingers, like. So it sounds very similar again to the stock. It's just like the only difference between these sounds and the stock is like you can hold your finger on there and it'll keep resonating for a long time because of the high mass bridge. But the tone's basically the same. Sorry for my bass playing. I'm not the greatest bass player in the world, but, you know, we do what we can. Now we're going to move up to what I think to be the best feature, like the treble boost setting. It's like, it makes this bass sound 1,000 times better, akin to a Jackson almost. Like, it really opens up that, you can hear it. It's a... It's like, it growls. It's nice. It's like... It's nice. I really like that. That's what saved this bass for me. The high mass bridge and that open spot on the TBX. It takes this bass, which is really throaty and bassy, and it opens it up like a lot. It's really nice. So you can play, like, it sounds a lot more like higher end basses now as compared to, you know, like, you can hear the difference, like, so like you turn that up and it's like, it's really pronounced, like. So it's nice. That literally saved the bass for me. So in the end, you know, if you're thinking about buying one of these stock right out of the store, don't be afraid. Well, they do sell them at stores. You can probably find them. I know Guitar Center sells them online. I bought mine on Amazon. Cost $179 a while ago. I bought it when I started. But it's not a horrible bass. I would say that it's better than some Squires. Only problem is the quality control on these stock are hit or miss. I had to replace the tuners on mine after a few months. Like I said, the bridge, pot metal, you had to fix it. The pickup, there's one or two options if you really wanted to switch it. I ended up going with the TBX, but there is an EMG that fits in there. The pots, they're not great, you know, all that kind of stuff. The input jack, all stuff that you would probably want to replace if you wanted to keep going with this bass. But as a beginner or as a spare bass or something like that, something you're not afraid to beat up, this is a great bass to buy. So, do I recommend it? Sure, I would buy another one of these. I don't know how long I'd keep it stock. I might buy another one to get a real review in the future. Just because, you know, I like making this video. I was asked to do a sound demo for the Talk Bass forum. I don't know if any of you watching this are on there or know anything about it, but it's over there. There's a Dean Club. But I decided to just make this video for YouTube because when I was going to buy this bass, there were not that many good reviews of this bass on the internet. Dean put one out and a couple other people who own them put them out. But they're really short and they're really, like, subjective, like, depending on what that person who reviewed it plays. You know, I try to do, like, you know, the kind of, like... You know, I try to get you some metal there, but, you know, I also did, like... You know, try to do some other stuff, you know. But, you know, like... Because this bass is very versatile. You can do multiple things with it, but, you know... There's a short sound demo for you. Just so if you ever get the option to buy one of these basses, go for it. You know, being left-handed, obviously I don't have as many options. If you're right-handed, definitely go out and buy a higher quality Dean bass, because despite the fact that the QC on these basses aren't great, they're like American-made basses and even other European-made and, you know, not European-made, that's a model, but, you know, basses not made in America that are Deans, they're far better than this bass. It's just being left-handed. This is just about all I could get. So, thank you, and good luck.